First of all, very honored to be here. And Judy, I'm thankful that I've got to know you. I'm thinking of Coach Taft as he comes up here and he's speaking about Corky Nelson, and he said such nice things about Corky and Corky's ability to communicate. Corky had a number of words. He had a creative way of using the English language. And I thought it was interesting how Coach Taft put it. I remember when I was being recruited to Baylor in my first trip there, and I thought after that trip I had never met a nicer coach. When I walked in, Corky said, "Hi, Mike Singletary, how you doing? Oh, we'd love to have you here. We have Turk Monster, we got Paul, we got a number of guys, Ronaldo, and man, we would just love to have you at Baylor." And I remember going home from that recruit, and I thought, wow, never been around a defensive coach as nice as that. I got to Baylor, and I remember our first practice, and I'm standing on the sideline, and something went wrong, and Corky turned around, and I was the first thing he saw. He grabbed me, and he threw me in. Get in there, you. I had nothing to do with what was happening. And I'm standing on the sideline, and I'm thinking to myself, what have I gotten into? And over the next 4 years, that this man was my coach, it was an amazing transformation. I can remember days of praying in my classes to not make any mistakes. Lord, just help me not make mistakes. I'm in class, and I'm thinking about practice, and I'm dreading going to practice. Coach Taft would walk down the sideline every now and then and tell Corky, "Settle down." I'm standing there like Gary Don. Help! Anything, help! I thought, this guy is gonna kill me before I get out of here. And I just remember, I told my wife Kim this morning, all I can do is think about, it's like a tape going off in my head the whole night. And I'm thinking of Corky Nelson and how he was and what he did and how he went about things. He was a competitor. This man didn't want to lose at anything. And he's the only coach I've ever been around that's always in your face about as far as here from there. And he talked, and by the time he finished talking, your face was soaked and wet. And it was like a culture shock every time. I'm like, wow. When I saw him coming, I just started doing something, anything. And he was one of the few, maybe the only coach I know, that when you're on the ground and you can't get up, you're too tired. You can't get up. He gets down there with you, turn his hat backwards, and he's laying down there on the ground with you. You gonna get up? Huh? You gonna get up? I'm about to die, man. Come on. That's just who he was. But the real story is this. When I left Baylor, I thought, I really felt, Judy, when I left Baylor, I'm thankful I don't ever have to see Corky again. That was my thought. And years went by. And I had no idea what had taken place while I was there, until I started coaching my own son. My son was stubborn and hard-headed, like his dad. And he's 12 years old, and I'm trying to coach him, and everything I was telling him, he was not getting. And I'm telling him, you are going to do it this way. This is the right way to do it. And it was just a long day for him, very frustrating for me. And I'm driving home, and Corky Nelson comes in my mind. And I pull over to the side of the road with tears in my eyes. And all of a sudden, bam, it hit me. When I'm thinking of my son, I'm saying he has no idea how much I love him. Doesn't he know that in a minute, there are many other kids out there? Doesn't he know that I could just give up on him and just start coaching somebody else? And so forget the foolishness. I don't need this. I'm coaching. Just listen to what I'm saying, and you'll get better. I pull my phone out, and I call Corky Nelson. I hadn't talked to him in years. I said, Coach, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He said, Mike, sorry for what? I said, Coach, I'm sorry. I had no idea how much you love me. I had no idea how much you cared enough about me to keep coaching me as hard as you did. You never gave up on me. And Coach, I thank you for that. And I appreciate you, and I love you. And I begin to talk to him and ask him questions, and we begin to pick up a relationship again. And one of the things that he said, you know, Mike, I wish I could have found a way to tell you. I just didn't know how. But I wish I could have done that, because I love you so much. And so when I think about Corky, I think about a man that took the time with a kid coming out of the ghettos of Houston, Texas, had no father, had never had a man put his hands on him and say, you are going to do this, and make sure that it got done. And when I think about Corky Nelson, I just think about, from time to time when I'm coaching myself, I will never quit. I will never give up on a kid. And I will make sure that the kid does it the right way, no matter the cost. Corky Nelson to me was a coach for all times. And when I think of the brilliance of Coach Taft, having a coach like Corky Nelson, that's what greatness is all about. It's hard to find a coach like that. So Corky, yes, you're a prankster. You had a great sense of humor. I never got your humor. You always said, is this kid stupid or something? I just looked at him. Maybe I was too tired. And every now and then, Gary, you got me on the pull the finger deal too. But Corky, I thank you. Because one thing I always had, I had technique. And I've coached several linebackers. And every linebacker that I coach, when I teach them that technique, something amazing happens. They either become All-Pro or they become Hall of Famers. Thank you, Corky. Coach for all times. Thank you, Judy. God bless you.